you see I post a wrap-up video that doesn't have all of these books in the video, someone yell at me. Welcome to our monthly reading wrap-up. I didn't read a lot of books in August, so I'm gonna do a joint wrap-up and TBR cart. TBR chooses our TBR for the month. September is my birthday month. I'm turning 21. I'm very excited and I have a lot of plans for what I want to read. But first we're gonna go through very quickly, speed run it, the books I read in August. I want to preface this by saying I am in a reading slump. 100%. I want to read so bad, but I can't. A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This is my second ever Ashley Poston book, and I think I read this at the perfect time. It was like a rainy fall day. Essentially, this girl gets stuck in a small town, and the small town is the setting of one of her favorite book series. It was really cool just because of the concept of being in your favorite setting, in your favorite world that's fictional. I didn't love the characters. I think I ended up giving this a 3-star. The setting was everything. The way that they described this small town, it was like Gilmore Girls to me, that fall small town cozy setting, but the characters were really annoying. I didn't really like the plot. I liked the setting. The second book I read was Never by Jessa Hastings, and unpopular opinion, I really enjoyed this while I was in it. When I was reading this book, I was in this book. I think I read this in almost a sitting. The day surrounding when I was reading this, I did not want to put it down. Like, I essentially just wanted to read this and that was it. After I finished the book, I haven't thought about it since. I will say there's an MMC in here that I'm obsessed with. I have a weak spot for Peter Pan retellings. Peter Pan is by far my favorite childhood movie and story. The J.M. Barrie version, I've read it several times. That story has like a special place in my heart, so I knew that I would like this, and I really did. I loved the world, I loved the characters, I loved the premise, I loved everything about it. So we have the granddaughter of Wendy, and it's like a generational thing where Peter Pan, every generation comes and picks up a girl and brings them back to Neverland. There's something sinister about Peter Pan in this story. It really is like scary. Like, I was scared for the main character. Everyone has like a thing about this book being like racist, but I think it's one of those things where, like, taken out of context, it sounds really bad. And this is also coming from a white person, so take this with a complete grain of salt. I can't really speak to if it's racist or not. What I'm referring to is there's a part in this book where the character is referred to one of the mythical creatures in the story as a brownie. The brownie is like kind of a slave type character. However, if you do some like Googling, a brownie is a household spirit from English and Scottish folklore. So it's not like Jessa Hastings just made that name up and like decided to call them a brownie because they were like a slave. It is actually a mythical creature that's referred to. It's a house elf essentially. And so I feel like while the roots of that might be racist potentially, it's not like Jessa Hastings deliberately made this decision to name this character something that was racist. And that's kind of my conclusion on the whole situation. And I recently read another book that had the same creature in it, named the same thing. I rated this a 4 stars. Then I read The Wolf King by Lauren Pell-Freeman, I think is how you say it, Lauren Pell-Freeman. This was hilarious. I think I rated it like a 3.5. In this world, there's the wolves who were like the bad, uncivilized people that are up in the north. It's kind of like set in Scotland. Mountain men, kind of terrible, savages, whatever. That's from the perspective of our main character's father and her beloved or betrothed. But our main character gets stolen out of her bed at night by one of these wolves. Who doesn't want to read about that? It kind of gives the vibes of like Harry Styles Bought Me, and honestly, I was here for it. I think you should go in blind. It's not the best writing ever, but it is definitely a fun time. Last but certainly not least, Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. This is by far, up to this point, my favorite book in the series, and I'm kind of hooked now. I didn't like Johnny or Shan's book. I think I rated them respectively each 3 stars. This one, I think I rated a 3.5. The events of the second Boys of Tommen book were heartbreaking, but from Joey's perspective, actually heartbreaking. Like, it almost made me hate Johnny and Shannon. I also feel like I really related to Joey and Aoife, respectively, and in their relationship. I now feel for these characters. I'm also really excited for Gibbs's book, even though I know people say it's like a big disappointment, but I am excited, and I think I will be reading that later this month. I think I rated this 4 stars. I kind of understand it now. I kind of understand the Boys of Tommen hype. Like, it's not 5-star territory, god tier by any means, but it's really good. Last thing I finished, which I forgot to mention, it was actually the first book I finished in August, was Manacled by Sin Lin Yu. I spent like most of May and like the first few weeks in August finishing Manacled. I ended up rating it a 4.5. I've since learned that you're not supposed to rate fan fiction. I just heard that. I don't know why. So if someone knows why, can you please explain it to me? I don't really understand, but I love to learn. So if you know like the rules around rating fanfic, please let me know. But as of right now on my Fable, it's a 4.5. I think the thing with Manacled is I really enjoyed it. It was really hard to read, but because it was so hard to read, I was like, I miss reading Harry Potter because of how lighthearted and fun and just nostalgic it is. But if I'm not supposed to rate fanfic, please let me know, and please let me know why in the comments, because I don't know the etiquette surrounding that and I would like to be respectful. I just don't know. Now we're moving on to the portion in which we pick what we're reading in September. I'm so excited. We have our TBR jar here, and we're gonna pick 5 prompts, but we're gonna end up with 6 books, and I'll tell you why. The reason why we're picking 5 and ending up with 6 is because my book club has a book that we're reading this month that I've already started. That is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I want to say I'm at least halfway through this by now, but I'm not sure. I'm really enjoying it so far. All I know about it, well, I know a lot more about it now that I've started reading it, but the synopsis is essentially you're following several different people that are related to this serial killing case. They're all women, and they're all told from the women's perspective. Like, all I want to be doing right now is listening to this book while I walk around campus or while I do my homework or whatever, because it is so, like, I was spooked last night going to bed, and I was playing Animal Crossing and listening to this, and I was like, thank God I'm playing Animal Crossing, because if I wasn't doing something wholesome, I would be terrified. Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll is the first book on our TBR. But now we're going to pick the prompts. I'm going to try and do some ASMR, but there's a lot of background noise, so... Prompt number 1, ignore if there's espresso or dirt in my nails. It's not dirt, it's espresso, because I just came back from work. I work at a coffee shop, so there's like espresso grounds under my nails, and I promise I get them out, but I just didn't before I filmed this, so just pretend like you don't see it. Well, we've actually already read this, so that's good. It's Saving 6 by Chloe Walsh. We actually finished that last month, so that's perfect. We can pick another prompt. Still prompt number 1. A book with a number on the spine. We have many choices here. I could pick Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. Could pick this one, Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. We could also pick Such a Sod Air, How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. This is an option. I also could pick The Awakening by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, or Metal Slinger. I think since I've been on a roll with the series, I'm gonna have to pick Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. Even though I am very tempted to pick How Does It Feel, because this is a fantasy, I feel like I'm just on a roll. And if I don't pick this up now, it might be another few months before I do. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and put Taming 7 on the TBR. Pick number 2. A book from a new to you author. I have so many books that are from new to me authors. City of Gods and Monsters, Phantasma, Metal Slinger, The Awakening, The Bridge Kingdom, A Dance of Lies, Deal with an Elf King, How Does It Feel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, First Bite, Unsteady, Canadian Boyfriend, You with the View, Fairytale, The Jasad Air, Ariadne. So many options. Oh, I forgot I have some like more books on my TBR that are over here. All of these books are also on my TBR because these are all the books that I didn't read last month on my TBR. So I kind of Leave Me Behind, I feel like might be a good option by K.M. Morinova. I saw this in one TikTok and then I bought it. I could also put one of these books on my last month's TBR on here because a lot of them are new to me authors. Bunny by Mona Awad, Terror at the Gates, and even Heavenly Bodies. I kind of am leaning between these two. But is that boring? But do I care? No, I think, okay, I'm gonna do something crazy and I'm gonna pick The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I bought this because it's supposed to be like scary. I heard Brittany Broski talking about it. So I think I'm gonna put The Picture of Dorian Gray on here because it's like spooky and I want to get into the spooky vibe this month, so I think this is what we're doing. A book that fits the current season. Oh, yes! This is when I wanted to get this freaking prompt, because obviously, in my mind, things that would fit the current season are kind of like spooky fall vibes, right? So I'm thinking initially Fairy Tale by Veronica Lansett, because Look at this cover. It looks like gothic AF, and I've heard it's a little spooky. Second thing, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, because this is lesbian vampires. Also, it could be like The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I want to wait until the audiobook comes in for this one, and I know that when I get it, I will read it, so I'm not like too quick to put this on my TBR just in case. I kind of am leaning towards Fairydale by Veronica Lansat, just because this cover is like so fall to me. I think I have the audiobook on Everand, and that would be amazing if I could read that this month. Look how chunky it is though. I've heard it changes your life. Fairydale is the next book on the TBR. Pick number 4. This is a specific book, You with a View by Jessica Joyce. This is kind of summery, which is a little bit interesting. So maybe like end of summer book. There's not much else to say about that. So I'm just gonna put prompt in there, and that's our next book. Last pick. Pick number 5. A book with Greek mythology. So there really is only one choice there that I know of. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. This is a very fall looking cover, but I've been putting off this book forever, so maybe this will be the month that I finally read it. I don't know why I put this book off. I bought it because the cover is gorgeous. I've seen a lot of people say good things. I just have never picked it up. I think this month will be the month of I'm getting through this damn TBR if it's the last thing I do. Mark my words. If come November, you see I post a wrap-up video that doesn't have all of these books in the video, someone yell at me. I have no excuses, no reason to not get through these books, and it's my mission, it's my goal. I'm going to get through these books because I love to read, and I bought all these books because I love reading and that they're going to be fun. I know that they're going to be fun. So I have no excuse to not read them. In conclusion, our September TBR consists of Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, You with the View by Jessica Joyce, Fairydale by Veronica Lansat, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, Taming Seven by Chloe Walsh, and lastly, Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. That is all from me today. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you. Bye.